If you work long days and still feel like the work that actually matters never gets done, the problem is almost certainly not how many hours you have. It is which hours you give it. Your brain has a window each day when it is at its sharpest, and most people spend that window on everything except their most important work. Let me show you where your window is and how to take it back. In the next few minutes, you will see why your focus is not the same all day, when your own sharp window is likely to fall, and how to rearrange your day so your best thinking goes to the work that deserves it. Follow it the whole day through, because the fix only makes sense once you can see the pattern underneath it. A quick word on why this comes from me. I am Solange, a burnout recovery educator. I take what we know about energy and the way the brain works through the day and turn it into clear, practical steps so you can do your most important work without grinding yourself down, and keep building your business without sacrificing your health. On Insight Timer, the leading wellness app, where I publish under the name Ellen Mouton, my courses have reached more than 35,000 people, and my recovery program has helped over 2,000 of them recover from burnout and exhaustion. Let me begin with one fact about your brain that changes everything. Your sharpness is not a flat line throughout the day. It rises and falls on a schedule set by your body clock, the same inner clock that decides when you feel sleepy and when you feel awake. So the focus you have at 9 in the morning and the focus that you have at 4 in the afternoon are not the same resource, and they were never meant to be. Here is what drives the rise. Not long after you wake, your body releases a wave of hormone called cortisol. Most people know cortisol as the stress one, but first thing in the morning, it has a different job. It is the signal that gets your brain ready for the day. It sharpens the front of your brain, the part you use to concentrate, to plan, to weigh a decision, and hold things in your mind. That wave lifts your sharpness throughout the morning toward a daily high point. And for a lot of people, that high point lands somewhere in the late afternoon. Then comes a fall. It catches almost everyone, somewhere in the early afternoon, roughly between 1 and 3. Your body clock runs a built-in low. Your alertness drops, your focus loosens, and hard thinking starts to feel like wading through the mud. Most people blame lunch. Lunch is not the cause. This slow arrives on the clock even on the days you skip lunch completely, because it is built in the same rhythm that runs your sleep. It is a scheduled dip, and it comes whether you feel it or not. Now, the exact timing is not identical for everyone, and this part matters. Some people are built to peak early, soon after waking. Others come alive later and do their clearest thinking in the late afternoon or in the evening. Most of us sit somewhere between the two. So this is not a rule that says everyone must work at dawn. It is something far more useful. Whoever you are, you have a window where your brain is at its best and a low when it is at its worst, and they fall at roughly the same time each day. And here is where it slips for so many people. Set two things next to each other. The first, you have a daily window when your brain is at its sharpest. The second, that window is short, and once it passes, it does not return until tomorrow. Now look at how an ordinary day gets spent. The first sharp hour goes on email, messages, and small admin, because those feel urgent and easy to begin. The real work, the thinking only you can do, gets pushed back and back until it lands in the afternoon low or late at night when there is almost nothing left. You hand your best hour to the work that needed your worst, and your hardest work to the hour you had least to give. And that single swap explains a great deal. It is why you can be busy from morning to night and still feel like the important thing never moved. It is why a task that would take 40 clear minutes in your peak window drags on for 2 hours in the low. You are not short of time and you are not short of effort. You are spending your sharpest hours on work that barely needs them. This catches anyone with a full busy day. It catches people who work online the hardest because nobody sets your hours for you. There is no bell, no start of a shift, no one telling you to guard your morning. So the easy, urgent things rush in and fill your best window before you have used it for anything that mattered. So here is what to do about it, and it costs you no extra hours. The whole task is to put the right work in the right window. So first, find your window. For a few days, simply notice when your mind feels clearest and when it feels slow. You are looking for the stretch where focus comes easily and the time each day when it falls away. Most people already half know theirs. Naming it is enough to start. Second, give that window to one kind of work only. The work that matters most and that only you can do. The deep thinking, the writing, the creating, the decisions that shape things. The point is simple. Your sharpest hour belongs to your hardest, most important work, not to whatever happens to land in front of you first. That single swap your important work into your peak instead of your low is the first step of the whole method. Third, give the easy, shallow work to your low. Email, admin, tidying. The jobs that ask little of your brain are a fine match for the hours when your brain has little to give. Clearing your inbox in your deep is a good use of it. Clearing your inbox in your peak is a loss you feel for the rest of the day. One thing catches people out here. They wait to feel motivated before they start the hard work. And motivation tends to turn up late in the day once the pressure builds. But late in the day is your low, so they end up doing their most important work at their weakest hour, night after night, and calling it discipline. It is not a discipline problem, it is a timing one. Pull back from the daily detail for a moment, because this reaches further than a neater schedule. What you can build is set far more by your energy than by your hours. And your energy is at its highest in that window, whether you use it well or let it go. Protect it, and the same work day gives back noticeably more with less strain, because the hard work is meeting you while you are strong. Waste it and you pay twice. Once when the important work does not get done, and again when you drag yourself through it later, tired, and it takes everything you have left. And this is where all my work points. The aim is never to do less and never to care less about what you are building. It is to build it without grinding yourself down in the process, so you can keep going for years rather than months. Working with your own rhythm instead of against it is one of the simplest places to start. You get more of the work that matters done, and you reach the evening with something left for your life. Finding your sharp window is one piece of a larger picture. Your whole day has a rhythm to it, peaks and lows, and the right place for rest as well as work, and most people have never mapped their own. That is what we do together in my free masterclass. Break the creator burnout cycle and create a sustainable way of working. We find your real rhythm, the hours that are costing you, and where your energy is quietly leaking away. The link is just below this video. If you have spent a long time busy and worn out and never quite sure where the day goes, that is the place to begin. So if you take one thing from this, let it be this. You are probably not short of hours. You are spending your best ones on work that did not need them. Find the window where your mind is sharp, give it to the work that matters, and pass the easy jobs to your afternoon low. Try it with tomorrow alone, one important task before you open your inbox and feel the difference. Then come and map your whole rhythm with me through the link below. Work with your body instead of against it. And you get to keep building your life without wearing yourself out to do it. I will talk to you in the next one.